Unfulfilled desire, one of the 8 sufferings, Bát Khổ in Buddhist philosophy, represents the pain that arises from longing for something but not achieving it. This type of suffering is something everyone can experience in life, regardless of wealth or status, because it directly relates to human desires and aspirations. The nature of unfulfilled desire. When someone desires something, whether it's material wealth, love, career success, or even a spiritual state, and they cannot attain it, they experience suffering. This suffering stems from dissatisfaction and helplessness, when desires cannot be turned into reality. When expectations are not met, the feeling of disappointment is inevitable. This disappointment can be so strong that it causes a person to feel that life has lost its meaning. Failure to achieve what one desires can lead to anxiety, stress, and negative thoughts. People may obsess over what they did wrong or blame themselves for not being capable enough. Repeated failure to fulfill desires can shake a person's belief in life, in themselves, or in others. They may become pessimistic, losing faith in the values they once held dear. Consequences of unfulfilled desire. Loss of joy in life. When the mind is preoccupied with unmet desires, it becomes difficult to find joy in what one already has. People live in dissatisfaction, constantly feeling deprived and discontented. Tension in relationships. The frustration and suffering from unfulfilled desires can harm relationships, making a person irritable, difficult to be around, or even resentful toward others. Harm to health. Negative emotions caused by unfulfilled desire can lead to health issues such as insomnia, headaches, mental fatigue, or stress-related illnesses. How to face unfulfilled desire. Letting go of expectations. One of the best ways to minimize suffering from unfulfilled desire is to learn to let go of unrealistic expectations. By accepting that not all desires will be fulfilled, we can live more peacefully. Accepting reality. Learning to accept what is happening, even if it's not what we want, can help reduce suffering. Instead of trying to change things beyond our control, we can focus on improving what we can. Finding joy in simple things. Instead of only focusing on grand goals, find joy in the small and simple things in everyday life. This can make us feel happier and less affected by major disappointments. Meditation and spiritual growth. Practicing meditation and nurturing spirituality can help us better understand the nature of desire and suffering, allowing us to find peace within. Unfulfilled desire is an unavoidable part of life, but by changing our perspective and how we deal with it, we can reduce suffering and find tranquility in our hearts. Reflections on letting go of desire. Everyone in this world harbors desires. That is natural. But when I became aware of the suffering caused by excessive longing, I promised myself, let it go, stop desiring. Letting go of desire is a profound and challenging philosophy, especially for those living in hardship, who long to escape poverty and achieve a better life. For them, desire is not only a dream but also a driving force, a hope for a brighter tomorrow. But when we talk about letting go of desire in this context, it doesn't mean giving up the aspiration to improve life, but rather adopting a different mindset toward it. The struggles of the poor people. Living in poverty often carry a heavy burden of financial stress, survival pressure, and anxiety about the future. They may spend their entire lives working tirelessly, hoping for a day when they will escape poverty and enjoy a more fulfilling life. However, life's harshness, unexpected events, and lack of opportunities can sometimes turn this desire into a mental burden. Desire and reality. In the lives of the poor, the desire for wealth can be intense, sometimes becoming the main motivation to overcome current hardships. However, when such desires cannot be realized, they turn into disappointment, helplessness, and inferiority. Many must face the reality that even though they tried their best, life still didn't turn out as expected. At this point, the philosophy of letting go of desire does not mean abandoning hope, but rather learning to accept reality, lowering expectations to find more peace of mind. Letting go to find peace. For the poor, letting go of desire can be a way to reduce pressure, allowing them to find peace in the small and simple things of life. Perhaps it is the joy of having healthy children, harmonious family relationships, or a day's work passing without major trouble. These things, though small, can bring warmth and serenity, something that even wealthy people may not be able to buy. Acceptance as a way to rise. Letting go of desire does not mean stopping efforts or giving up on the dream of rising up. Instead, it encourages a different approach, accepting current limitations, but still holding on to faith and working steadily to improve life without overwhelming pressure. Perhaps the path out of poverty doesn't lie in grand ambitions, but in small, steady, and persistent steps. Letting go of great expectations can help you find the strength to overcome difficulties more lightly. Joy from simple things. When no longer swept up in the endless cycle of desire, the poor can learn to appreciate simple joys. A family meal, a peaceful moment with loved ones, or a refreshing breeze on a sunny afternoon can bring happiness. These small things, when viewed without desire, become incredibly precious, connecting with spiritual values and life. Philosophy. Lastly, letting go of desire is a way to connect with spiritual values, seeking peace from within rather than chasing after external vanities. For those with limited material wealth, inner peace can be the greatest source of strength to continue living and overcome all challenges. Conclusion on letting go of desire. Letting go of desire is a life philosophy rooted in releasing excessive wants, often seen in Buddhist and other spiritual philosophies. This idea emphasizes accepting what is, reducing expectations, and living peacefully with reality. Benefits of letting go of desire. Reduce pressure. By giving up desires, you can reduce the pressure you place on yourself. Instead of always striving for distant goals, you learn to be content with what you have. Avoid disappointment. Desires often come with expectations. When expectations are unmet, disappointment and suffering arise. Letting go of desires helps minimize these feelings. Focus on the present. Letting go allows you to live fully in the present. Rather than always looking toward the future and what's missing, you can enjoy each moment and experience now. Nurture inner peace. Letting go of desires makes your heart lighter and more peaceful. You're no longer bound by material ambitions, fame, or power, but can find joy in simple, small things. Accept and love yourself. When you let go of desires, you learn to accept who you are, without comparison to others, or imposing harsh standards on yourself. This helps you love yourself more. Connect with a simple life philosophy. The philosophy of letting go encourages a simple life focused on spiritual values, rather than chasing material needs. Letting go is not giving up. Practicing letting go does not mean giving up all efforts or goals in life. Instead, it's about releasing excessive expectations so that your soul can be freer and more peaceful.